Chris Chinnock here for Display Daily. I'm here in the Ateme suite in the Palazzo CES 2015, where I've just had some updates on some of the stuff that the company does. Ateme is basically an encoding company, so they showed the latest encoding that they're doing for 4K, 60 frame, 4K, 60p, 422. At how many megabit? At 10 bit at 19 megabit on a Sony 4K TV, looking really sweet. Couldn't hardly find any artifacts at all. So that's very nice. But one thing I was not aware of is some of the capture devices that the company has. They, for example, have I call it live Spherical or Spherical Live. It's basically 6 GoPro cameras on a stand that captures a hemisphere or a spherical capture, almost the entire sphere except the stand where it's pointing down. And then what they do is stitch all that together and then de-warp it because of the stitching and the geometry issues of those cameras. They're also careful to correct the gamma and the color saturation between all these cameras, so you get a nice uniform image. If you're going to have a 1080 output for this, they will basically put that whole thing in a 4K frame. If it's a 720 output, it will go in basically a 2K frame. This can now all go right through their encoder for delivery for a whole bunch of different applications. So one of the applications and uses for this is kind of a second screen application. You might be watching the main sporting event or a concert at home, but you want to get a second screen experience. Now you can kind of take a tablet and basically kind of thumb through that, scroll through that with your finger to look around the sporting event or a destination if you're watching a documentary about a destination, for example. You can also have this activated based on a sensor, so you can turn the tablet left and right, up and down, to get the view in that direction. Another way to do this is to take the same content and put it on this spherical display, this globe display here. So there's a projector underneath here which projects this onto the outside of this globe, and now with your finger you can actually start to scroll around and get different views of this. This is a concert in this case. Or you can actually walk around and get different views of the concert as well. Obviously, probably not a home experience, but something that might be really useful in a museum, for example. So very cool application. Obviously, the capture of 360 and spherical images can become much more important. Because this can also go into a head-mounted display, an Oculus, or the one of dozens of others that will be out there to be able to display this kind of information. Very cool stuff here from the Ateme booth. Chris Chinnock for Display Daily, CES 2015.